How we doing there, boys and girls? Manthieus here, welcome back to another video. So the PTR's been up for a couple of days now, 11.1 PTR, and we've had a little bit of an opportunity to have a run around the Undermined. We've spent a few days, we've done most of the campaign out here, we've done a bunch of the side quest sort of stuff. I'm starting to get like a reasonably good feel for the zone, but of course the question on most people's lips, at least anywhere, any questions being thrown my direction, is what's good for gold making in the new patch. I'm going to give you a very quick TLDR at the beginning of this video for those that just want the snapshot of the news, and the reality is so far not much. We have basically been able to figure out a few of the things that were sort of data mined with the first build that came through last week, but now that we actually have a playable build in our hands and can run around the zone and try and figure this stuff out, it doesn't seem at this point as if they've added too much more, but we'll go through what they have added and a few other little tricks and things to keep your eyes on for those of you who are trying to work through the PTR and figure some of this stuff out nice and early. The main hotel in the center, the Incontinent Hotel, cleverly named. This has the renowned quartermaster for the main faction, which is the cartels of the Undermined. My account is a bit scuffed. My account is bricked at the moment. My account is not acquiring reputation correctly, whereas I probably should be around renowned 6 or 7 just by completing the campaign by the looks of things. Expect the campaign itself to be time gated though, so you might not be able to get all the, might not be able to get that high that quickly in the first week or so. But the renowned quartermaster does give you some of the stuff that you're going to be interested in. We can quickly see that the techniques for the new contract is under renowned 5 with the new faction. We have the new Manthieus rune, which is also renowned 5. We have a new upgrade, 22H slicks, which is for our new, what do we call it? The G99 breakneck drive mount, which I'll showcase in a little second. And we also have the charged armor kit. These are all recipes that we've already data mined and already seen to be coming. You're going to need renowned 5 to pick these up, and you're also going to need 150 artisan security. So going into patch 11.1, remember to at least have a little bit saved on the professions that is relevant to these. You may have also spotted at the bottom here there is Undermined treatise of blacksmithing, alchemy, enchanting, so on and so on. There is 10 bonus knowledge points you can pick up. But you do need renowned 16 for these, which I'm going to be brutally honest, makes the whole thing seem completely pointless. By the time you're renowned 16, which I would guess is going to take a good couple of weeks at least, even if you begin from 0 in 11.1 with your professions, I don't think a bonus 10 knowledge points is really going to make a blind bit of difference. But of course, it's an extra 10. They're only at the moment costing 50 artisan security, and truth be told, my guess would be is that you might even get that 50 artisan security back for the knowledge when you learn it anyway. So these will in essence be some free knowledge points. There is one for every profession here as well. There'll be some free knowledge points for you there potentially upon reaching renowned 16. Now, all of this is kind of semi-common knowledge already. There was actually a little Wowhead post that went out a few days ago. I'll leave the link to this in the description. This was from some of the data mining showing that these things existed already. We were expecting to find these, but now we know we know for definite now exactly where they come from and how we get those. They're pretty easy. Now, there is a new drive system. The drive system is intriguing. From a goal-making perspective, I don't believe there's going to be a huge amount with this, but this is your way of navigating around the new zone in a speedy fashion. My thoughts personally on this is kind of mixed. I think it's kind of quite a cool system. I just weirdly don't know if it works particularly well in what is, or what feels like, such a small zone. To be zipping around at this pace, I mean, it's cool. It's better than sort of nothing, but I think the zone was originally designed for you mostly to be on foot or mounted at best. Sol did a couple of nice comparisons to the size of this on his Twitter the other day. I'm not sure if I still have those to hand, unfortunately, but either way, the zone is not massive, but from a goal-making perspective, there is something interesting to do with this drive system in that you can get to upgrade it or to customize it, should I say. You can change the handling, the acceleration, you can change a few things with that. And this is all done by collecting some goodies. You have to collect some items, combine them together. There's the hand crank mounting system, hand crank fuel injector, casing, gears. These are all dotted around. I found a bunch of these on rares in and around the zone, and also from some treasures. These, you need all 5 of them to combine into making the hand crank, which is then an upgrade for your drive car. These, though, can be put on the auction house. So time will tell how easy and how readily available these are, but at least it is something that you can find or potentially farm for. If you're out there killing rares, gaining the reputation on a regular basis, you might get some of these, throw them up on the auction house, throw your spares up. There's some opportunity to make some gold from those for sure. There's also, similar one, there's a little Gorillion pet. Let's see if we can show this in the pet collection. These things, unfortunately, are soul-bound, but I thought I'd showcase this as it's just a cool little item as well. Gorillion, yeah, so there's this kind of a mechanical monkey-style pet. I'm unsure at this point because I haven't been able to get all the components if this thing is then cageable once you've combined it all together or not. But there's an opportunity there for your pet collectors and potentially pet sellers if it does become cageable. Couple of other things to note, sort of goal making related. There is some new drops, some new sort of level up catch up gear that drops, although most of it is warbound. So it's good for gearing up your alts, but is not unfortunately going to be something that's going to replace anything that can be sold on the auction house. There was some very basic catch-up gear that could be sold, but I think it was dropping at Season 1 levels. Maybe it's because it's early PTR that's the case still, but I wouldn't concern yourself too much. And the only last thing that intrigued me, I've tactically driven down to this little area. There is a little fishing update, believe it or not. It's not fully implemented yet, but it's something to pay attention to. You can fish up a gold fish. This thing was found in some fishing pools. I found it up in the Blackwater Marina, but there's some new fishing pools out here, and I got some gold fish out of it. The tooltip seems a bit scuffed for this. I believe this is kind of meant to be a currency. You are also meant to be able to speak to Blair Bass over here. She has the tag Goldfish Exchange. So these goldfish are going to act as some sort of currency. But in this first initial build of the PTR, she doesn't want to talk to me. I'm assuming this will be implemented at some point in the next few builds over the next few weeks. But at least fishing's getting something. We have no idea what's going to be on that vendor yet, whether it's just cosmetics or cool items or whatever, but, you know, it's another goblin-related thing that I thought is worth bringing to your attention. So, the reality is there's not a huge amount new to tell you from a profession and goal-making standpoint as it stands at the moment, but expect more to come. The zone looks relatively complete. There is world quests implemented, there's rares rares already have loot tables, so farming some of these rares will give us an indication if there's anything cool or rare or interesting to get off those. A few more weeks of data mining and a few more weeks of testing, we will see. But no new materials, very, very few new recipes as of yet. A sneak into something potentially with fishing. There's lots of goldfishers down here. And of course, there'll probably be a few things to farm from time to time out here. There'll be of value to somebody at least. But that's all I got for you so far, boys and girls. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new around here. And I'll catch you all next time. Peace.